Okay. You are a big boy. I'm assuming this is the nitrogen. This looks crazy, doesn't it? Oh no! Of course there is a train right there. Howdy folks, welcome back to Satisfactory. Again. I've been building the bridge in the background. It's slowly getting there. I think I've got something I'm happy with. Plus minus some changes. First off, a little bit of an update on the truck fuel station. The tractor passing through it to refuel constantly offloads pipes for some reason. Now it's not set to stop nor offload, but it does every time it goes through. This has a weird effect of putting the pipes into the fuel slot from its inventory. So it fills up with steel pipes. And obviously you can't fuel a truck with steel pipe. So there's no fuel in the fuel slot. So I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. Either way, I might have to go ahead with the 2 truck station method I spoke about before and redo it completely. But you know, troubleshooting and all that. When does this Christmas event go away? It's the middle of January. So my current goal I'm working towards are these Mark III miners. To get to the Mark III miners, we need supercomputers and whatever these are, these fused modular frame. Now the fused modular frame, as you can see, is in the advanced aluminium production, which needs radio control units. We also want to have nuclear power at some point, and that requires supercomputers. And aeronautical engineering also requires radio control units. So radio control units takes the aluminium casings, crystal oscillators and computers. And the supercomputers take computers, AI limiters, high-speed connectors and plastic. High-speed connectors takes quick wire, cable and circuit boards. And the AI limiters take copper sheets and quick wire. So all of these bits I'm making somewhere in the world, all apart from the AI limiters and the high-speed connectors. But the components for those I am making. Now I'm not making big factories for all this stuff yet because I would like to improve my power capacity before I start building hundreds of manufacturers and things. So I'm working towards nuclear fuel. So to unlock all of this stuff, I just need to make about 100 radio control units and 150 supercomputers. So to that end, I have been filling some manufacturers. I grabbed a bunch of the raw resources. I just brought them over here, pumped them into a manufacturer that's got full clock speed and output multipliers. And now we have some stuff. So start with the drone port. Alclad sheets, casings, motors. Launch the pod.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Fair enough. So next up we got this one. Supercomputers. Ah, we have to wait for the pod return. That's right. Fair enough. So while we're waiting for the pod, let's have a quick goosey at the drones. Drones take... You take a portable mining device, that's interesting. High-speed connectors and AI limiters. Drone port. That's a big boy, isn't it? So we have an input and output, and I assume this is fuel? Ooh, wow, that's a new UI, isn't it? This port. All ports. No power. Okay. Now, what am I looking at here? Ooh. So I'm guessing I need a drone, right? Do I have to have... Does it have to be built on a drone port? I'm assuming so, right? Okay, so... This port. All ports? Status? Brinsley, no destination. Select destination. How does this work? Which port is this? This is Brinsley. Okay. Brinsley to Arley? Arley to Brinsley. Hello? Oh? Something is happening. So when I didn't... Do I then do this? Arley to Brinsley, then Brinsley to Arley. That's not his name, but that's what I'm saying. Blah blah. Then Brinsley to Arlander, then Arlander to Brinsley. Did you have to go all the way up there? I assume you do. Okay. So that's that then. I guess I just put some stuff in here that'll transfer, right? Outgoing. There's a pile of balls in here. Will you pick them up? Maybe. Maybe. Awesome. Okay, so that works. Nuclear power ready to launch. Launch the pod.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Still don't know where I get gas filters from. Is there anything in here? Hard drives. We have no hard drives. Megafauna? No. Alien tech? No. Caterium? No, what's this? Smart splitter. I'll go back to that in a minute. Mycelia. Maybe. Nutrient. No. Power slugs. No. Quartz. No. Sulfur. No. The Fixmas Christmas event. No. I mean, I haven't done the mushrooms. Maybe there's something in there. Ping? I doubt there's going to be any pings of uranium around here. I think there's anything new. Oh! There's uranium there. Ooh. There's uranium there. Wait. Is that the two that I'm looking at? Looks like it. Okay. Three. Hello? 3? Ah. That's over in the swamp, isn't it, with the big waterfall? Interesting. Recipes. Encased uranium cell. Uranium, concrete, and sulfuric acid. Okay, so I need sulfur. The need for sulfur is a concern. What does sulfuric acid take? Sulfur and water. That is the only way to make it. There's no alternative things here, and it can be used in things, but there's no other way to make it other than that. Okay. Uranium. Electromagnetic control rod. AI limiters and stators. That's not difficult. Uranium fuel rods. Electromagnetic rods, encased industrial beams, and the cells. Also perfectly fine. And these are the control rods and frame. That's not actually too bad. The only thing I'm concerned about is the sulfur. And power. Nuclear power plant. We need heavy modular frame. Nuclear plant. You are enormous. Okay. You are a big boy. Wow. 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 Okay. What am I looking at? You have a fluid intake, an input and an output. You take water 240 meter cubed a minute. And you produce 2,500. Ha! Max capacity produces 6,250. It's a lot of water, however. 600 meter cube just for one. Okay. It produces nuclear waste. It produces... It produces nuclear waste. There's no nuclear waste here. Oh, wait, hang on. No, there's nothing here as well. Non-fissile uranium. Plutonium pellet. Plutonium pellet, plutonium fuel rod. Yeah, I do not know. There's no sulfur appearing here, is there? There's still... It's still only the couple of nodes that I've been mining. AI limiter. Thank you. What's this?
Research completed. AI limiter recipe
Power
unlocked.
switch.
New Caterium research available.
Programmable splitter.
Smart splitter unlocked. The smart splitter offers advanced settings that can improve conveyor belt logistics.
Okay. What we got here? Any, none, any undefined, overflow. Ooh. So I could have an overflow split. Any undefined? What does any undefined mean? Oh. Normal. Pure. Where did this slot come from? This was never here before, was it? Maybe it was. Okay. Was that always there? Hang on, what? Was it always there and I just ignored it? Huh. And the third thing today, to start off, is this. Advanced aluminium processing. Launch the pod.
Milestone reached. The
Ah.
resource well pressurizer and extractor
Oh yeah, the resource
can
well.
harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells.
Nitrogen.
Being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency.
I don't know about that.
Struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
So particle enrichment takes cooling systems, fused modular frames, and turbo motors, which are here. And to get turbo motors and Mark III miners, we need supercomputers and fused modular frames, which we've just unlocked. What does fused modular frame take? Heavy modular frame, just one of them. Aluminium casings and nitrogen gas. Interesting. We also got cooling systems, which is heat sinks, rubber, water, and nitrogen gas. Okay, heat sink. Alclad aluminum sheets and copper sheets. The nitrogen gas is just nitrogen gas. Oh, we got the well as well, didn't we? Well. Where is it? Ah. Resource well pressurizer. Activates the resource well by pressurizing the water and gas, pressure around. In place and running nose. Okay. Well extractor. Extraction rate 6. Right. There's a whole bunch of numbers there. I need radio control units and alkyd sheets. Okay. So, ooh, I can scan for water. Oh, hello, what? Huh. Are there any nitrogen gases? Okay. So... Oh, where's that? Ooh, that's actually near the quartz I'm mining for the aluminium. Wow, it's all pure. Right, okay. There's one over here. Oh, that's also all pure. And there's one over here in the coral area. That's a collection of things. Well, I'm going to need aluminium, so I think I should do it near that. So this one seems like the best bet. This tends to be how I travel nowadays. Just zip line everywhere. Is that it? Is that the nitrogen? Ooh. I think that is. I think that is the nitrogen. I need power over there, won't I? Okay, so we have power over here. I'm assuming this is the nitrogen. This looks crazy, doesn't it? Nitrogen gas. Pure, okay. So, resource well pressurizer? Hello. Why? Why are you here? Okay. That is dead. Right, you are powered. How much power do you take? Wow, you... Holy hell. Really? Need some power shards. Ooh. So how do I... Production well extractor. Okay, you're producing 120 a minute. So, do I need to connect it up to the middle one? No, do I just take it? Oh, we have gas. Okay. So how does this help? How do I, if I, hang on. That produces 120. That still produces 120 meter cubed a minute. Oh, I see, that's the... Right. Okay, so that's the potential output. There are 10 nodes. Gotcha. Understood. Ah! Okay, that's all connected. Why is there radiation? Oh god, hello. Can you not? I'm dying. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Why? No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Excuse me? I'm out of explosives. Okay, are we done? What the fuck it? What? Why? Why is there so much? Please stop. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, this lot. So max capacity, this produces 3,000 meter cubed. It's not too bad, is it? I need, how much do I need for my frame? 25. How does that translate exactly? As in, I need 25,000 nitrogen gas and this produces 3,000? No. Either way, I have some. So we need this for cooling systems and fused modular frames. I don't think I need to package it. That's fine. Okay, so that takes the alclad sheets and the copper sheets, which is also at the aluminium. Take some water and rubber. Okay, then I think the best play to do here is to pipe all of this to the aluminium. And if what Ada said is correct, then I don't need to worry about head lift, because it's a gas. So it should be fine just to pipe it all. And if I'm producing, what, 3,000 a minute? That's 5 pipelines. Okay, that's what I'll do next. I will pipe the pipes over to the area where I need to pipe the pipes to, and then come back after I've piped the pipes.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Ta-da! I have made 5 lines of nitrogen gas. That should be... I think that's 600 per line. With 3 power shards in it, it totals to about 3,000, which is 600 lines, but who knows how gas works, hey? They all follow this line. And they all go this direction. Now, just like before with the radio control units and the other one, the supercomputers, I didn't build a big factory at the moment. I just put in a bunch of the resources into a blender to make the fused modular frames. And we need 50 to unlock the next item, so here's 50. So now we have to go back to the hub and get it. So, fused modular frames, supercomputers, pipe. Launch the pod.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best. Fix it didn't
Turbo
think pioneers
motors.
such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
And particle enrichment requires turbo motors. Okay. So, miners and turbo motors. What does the miner take? It takes turbo motors and fused modular frames. That's interesting. Well, the fused modular frames isn't actually that difficult to set up. Because we have the nitrogen gas coming in and it's built next to the aluminium production, which means the only thing we need to bring in is the heavy modular frame. Which I can do a truck for that. Turbo motor. Thermal propulsion rocket. My god, look at all that. Fair enough. So it takes cooling systems, radio control units, motors, and rubber. And cooling systems, heat sinks, rubber, water, nitrogen gas. And heat sinks are easy, okay. So I think this is the point where we start thinking about building something more permanent. So we need water, we need nitrogen gas, we need rubber. The heat sinks are easy to make, that's all being made at the aluminium. I just need to combine the sheets together. The rubber... What's the best way to get rubber here? There's rubber being brought in via the train, the Phase 3 project parts. I can divert the rubber from that. Then I can take the rubber and the heavy modular frames up to the aluminium plant. It also requires motors. I can take motors up there. The only thing that I haven't actually started doing yet is the radio control units as well, which takes crystal oscillators. So what's the best way to make crystal oscillator? So this takes 18 quartz crystal a minute. That takes 18.75. But the amount of quartz... The amount of crystal oscillators we'll produce is twice. We need to bring in rubber. The AI limiters are easy. Again, more rubber. Okay, so at the moment the amount of rubber we're using is purely coming from the polymer resin secondary output from producing our turbo fuel. And we're turning half of that into plastic and half of that into rubber. And that's not a lot of rubber and it's not a lot of plastic. We need rubber for the turbo motors. We need rubber for the cooling systems. We need rubber for the crystal oscillators. So all in all, we need a bigger supply of rubber. Plus we want petroleum coke. We want petroleum coke to be able to make a large amount of steel. It can also be used for circuit boards. It can be used for the aluminium, which we want to use as well. It comes from heavy oil residue. The heavy oil residue comes from oil. And if we make heavy oil residue, we can get either plastic or rubber from that process. So I think we talked about it a few episodes ago, but if I take a bunch of oil, turn it into rubber and heavy oil residue, we'll end up with a boatload of petroleum coke. Plus a bunch of rubber on top of it. So, I keep mentioning it, but I think the next thing I ought to do is the oil setup over here. Or is it over here in the Coral Lake crater? I still don't know where what the map areas are called. Because there's a couple of nodes of oil over here. Should I ping it? Here we go. There's a pure one there, there's a pure one there, there's more there, there's more there, there's more there, there's more there. There's a whole bunch. Maybe it's worth seeing where the train can go as well. So we'll grab a bunch of computers from the train station and then start building a train track. That's sensible. It doesn't look sensible, but, you know. That looks... That's horrific. I hate that. Ah. Does being near the train track give me power? Is that how that works? There we go. One long rail line all the way to the Coral Crater Lake. Whatever it is called. Parked right next to this geyser. Geyser. I know some people probably call it geysers, but here in England, geyser means bloke. So, is there a way to pull electricity out of here? Maybe the train station, right? Oh, look at the bridge. It's coming along all right, isn't it? Oh no! No! Of course there is a train right there, like all of the space that there is in this entire area. Of course there is a train right there. So that is powered Stockholm. Okay. Can I take power out of this? I can. Okay. That's a cheap way of doing it, isn't it? Okay. Oil. On there. Bugger off. Works for me. Aha! Why is everything yellow? There's a bunch of coal. There's a Sam. Limestone. Iron. Limestone. Nitrogen. Ooh, sulfur. Okay, okay. Oh, there's a bunch of sulfur over here. Okay, so we've discovered a bunch of things. Cool. Oh, ah, ah, oh, yeah, ah, oh. Okay, that's all the oil from here. So that's 6 nodes, so we need 18 power shards. Okay. So 600, 1,800. That's not correct. 600, 1,200, 1,800. 2,100. 2,400, 2,550. 2,550 crude oil. Okay, so the goal is to make petroleum coke. Let's see how much stuff we need. So, well, we can split it into plastic or rubber. I'm only going to worry about rubber right now. That goes at 85 refineries. Are you joking? Okay. Sure, that can go into a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Petroleum coke. We also want smokeless powder, right? That requires black powder. So I don't think we need this much of that. 42 refineries. I need 120 refineries. That's if we turn it all into petroleum coke, which is unlikely. What else can I do with this? What the hell is oil-based diamonds? I won't touch the things I haven't seen yet, so it's fine. So 850 rubber is enough for our functions right now, because we don't need this many stuff of all the other things. Not per minute, anyway. Polymer resin. What if I did polymer resin instead? What if I did heavy oil residue? I made heavy oil residue. Wait, what? Hang on. So making rubber makes 1,700 of each. If I made the heavy oil residue, makes a lot of heavy oil residue and 1,700 polymer resin. If I change the polymer resin to that, that is a lot less of the plastic and the rubber, isn't it? But it is a lot of residual fuel. Fucking hell. 10,000. That's a bit much. Can I turn this into plastic and whatnot? Diluted. Oh, you got diluted fuel, haven't I? Ho! 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 I could power 750. Okay. Yeah, let's, I'm not building that many. Okay, so this is the plan for right now then. Make a structure big enough to house 150 different refineries. That's a big thing. Well, I'll start it anyway and we'll see where we go. Bah. And I'm back. Aha! So a few things have changed. I've put a little bit of a train line towards my home base just so I can park a train. But I've also taken a train line up the hill. I've also started doing some road work. I think I need to change where the road is and where it goes a little. I don't think I like it being there, but it does connect to the bridge up here, which I've expanded. So in theory, any train lines that need to go to the aluminium in the future can just follow this line. And now we go 250 kilometers an hour back down the hill. Watch me crash into something. Ba 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 ba. Is there a train coming? There is actually a train coming. We might be alright. We're okay. To the oil! So this is the giant mess of refineries. I haven't put walls on yet because I've undecided how I want to do the walls, so it's a basic structure for the time being. And again, we got a road here for when trucks come past. All of the components are currently being filtered into item sinks, just so everything is up and running. But it is all working. I've got the geyser in the center. I still don't know what it's for. It's pure, whatever it is. Oh, blarg. I ended up changing the amounts of oil I was using for the entire process. I decided not to use the impure node. I used the 3 pure nodes and the 2 normal nodes to make 4 pure nodes. Or same amount. So altogether 2,400 oil. So I combined the 2 normal ones into 1 pipe. And I got 4 600 pipes. It comes over here. We got 2 lines of 600 oil on this this row. And then 2 rows of 600 oil on this row. So altogether on the first row we've got 1,200 crude oil, all going into 40 refineries. And that's making 800 rubber and 800 refined fuel? Residual fuel. That's what it's called, right? Heavy oil residue. And then, on the second row, we have the other half of 1,200 crude oil going into 40 refineries to make 800 plastic and 400 heavy oil residue. And then the third floor, we have another 40 refineries, but 20 of them are for the petroleum coke, and the other 20 are for smokeless powder. Ta-da! We do have excess heavy oil residue left over. The amount that we're making from the rubber is being pumped into the petroleum coke, and we have enough left over for 5 more refineries if we need it. And the refineries making plastic, at the moment, it's making 400 heavy oil residue, but I'm only using 200 for the smokeless powder. So we have another 200 heavy oil residue here if we need it as well. You see this spaghetti over here? I'm bringing in 1 line of sulfur and a simple line of coal that's right here. We need 200 coal and 200 sulfur, which I think we're bringing in more than that, but that's fine. It needs to go into 13.3 assemblers, so I just put in, how many is there, 16? I'm just making a whole bunch. Got some black powder. What is this stuff called? I keep forgetting. Black powder. There is just black powder. Okay, okay. And that's going over here. That's going into the refineries at the top for the smokeless powder. Ta-da! And then obviously sinking the rest. I could put a smart splitter here now, couldn't I? Have the overflow function that it has. I am sinking an awful lot of stuff per minute, aren't I? Crikey. 78 spare coupons. I don't think I have anything to spend it on. So we need 400 black powder. We're making slightly more than that, but we need 400. 200 heavy oil residue going into 20 refineries to make 400 smokeless powder a minute. I forgot to show the petroleum coke side of this. With 20 refineries going, it's currently producing 2,400 a minute. Obviously, we have more heavy oil residue if we need it to produce more. I think we have the capacity to make like 3,000 petroleum coke a minute, but this should be okay for the time being. And obviously we have room to expand there. It's all being synced currently. I do have a box of it down there. The plan is to hopefully next time take this and the rubber and start using it to make the stuff we need for the turbo motors. It should make us quite a lot of aluminium and steel. So I'm going to take a bunch of smokeless powder. Haha! I'm going to go back to home base and try and unlock the gun. Also, this spaghetti of a track is a temporary system to allow us to travel back and forth easier while we're still building. Eventually, I would like to put in some more permanent fixtures that are prettier.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fixed property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
Finally. Better weaponry. Huh! It looks like the laser rifle from Fallout. So it takes copper sheets and smokeless powder, which we've been making the last couple of episodes. Convenient. Oh my god, it's amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now what can we do here? Now there's obviously the explosive rebar. I'll get that. What we got here?
Explosive
Need
rebar
1,000
unlocked.
rifle ammo and some
Rebar
turbo
ammo
fuel.
that explodes on impact. Suitable for removal of unwanted obstacles, creatures, or limbs.
Also, in the time I've been making that oil factory, the Christmas event has ended. And, all of the fancy stuff for building has been locked again. So, no more twinkly lights. Which is a shame, because I liked building with them. But that's okay. I don't know if I'm still going to be playing this game next Christmas to replace all of the strings with string lights. But, so that's a little bit of a shame. I was hoping I'd get to keep it after the event ends. Because I think the factories are still working, aren't they? Do the factories still work? Do I still get... You know what? I don't actually know if the factory still works. I'm going to go over there. So we still have the Christmas trees. They are, however, not pumping out any presents. Okay. And then the factories themselves... Okay, they're still set to what they're supposed to be making. But I can't input anymore. I can't change it. So this factory is going to be a bit dormant. Again, I'll be surprised if I haven't completed this game by next Christmas. I'm aware that this game is huge and I could be playing it for a year. What's this one? Cluster Nobelisk. That sounds deadly. Then we need uranium stuff for the nuke. Turbo rifle ammunition.
Turbo rifle ammo unlocked. The pioneer ammo of choice when obstacles are numerous and time is short. Panic and imminent death often negatively affect human accuracy, so this ammo meets the human experience with fixed efficiency.
What does that mean? How do I change ammunition type? That's the question. That's that. Ah! Okay, so we have turbo fuel ammunition. Oh, hang on. Right, okay. Then this one. So just a question of which one does more damage, I suppose. Wow, it produces quite a bit, doesn't it? Let's go find some beasties. Hello there. Oh, he just straight up died. Reloading. My aim. Wow. Okay. Trying to shoot these buggers is a pain. Okay. So let's try... That's the thing. Let's try this one. Please die. Oh! Ah! I mean, it's really cool that it charges up like that. It does get a bit unwieldy, however. Ah, this does make dealing with the wildlife a whole lot easier. Now I do have one more impure node of oil left. I could use it for more stuff. I'm not sure what I need it for at the moment. Let's just keep it in mind that I have extra around here. Maybe if I need like an injection of fuel or something. So, I'll end it there. I fear what this episode's going to come out like because I've recorded little bits and bobs over the course of an entire week. So, hopefully it comes out alright. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time as the factory grows even bigger. Cheerio. Why, geyser? Why does this a thing that a thing that a thing... Blah, 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 blah.